Hello, it's Jimmy here at O'Reilly's. So, got a couple of Vivaros or Renault Trafics here that I'm working on. So this one in particular we're going to have a look at. So it's got some running issues, and I'm going to get inside and I'll show you the fault code that we're looking at. And this engine is a 1.6. Okay, so if we start the engine up, we're getting these sort of fault codes here, which is check anti-pollution system, check injection, and that's it. Engine management light on over there, and that spanner sign. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of a chat now about what's going on. So this van was sold by a dealer, and shortly afterwards the customer experienced problems, and it went back on several occasions to attempt repairs on it. I'm not sure what repairs were attempted because I don't have any record of that. So what's happened is, once the dealer couldn't really resolve it, what they've done is they've sold it to a trader. This is the guy who's come to see me now. He's a van trader. So they basically give him spares and repair stuff that they can't fix, or they can't resolve for the customer. So they've refunded the customer for this van, and then they've just sold it on as spares and repairs to this guy, and now he's brought it here to me. That's what's going on. So he just knows the story about why it's came to him. He doesn't know what's been done, what repairs have been done, or what attempts to repair it have been done. So I've already plugged it in, and we've got a fault code which I'm pretty sure I already know what's going on. We did have a dozen other fault codes, which were the glow plugs. We're going to assess that in a minute and change the glow plugs, but the main code I'm going to be looking at is the one that's immediately come back on a less than a mile test drive. So this is the fault code here. We've got 010122. So if this was a Vauxhall, so this is a Renault code, so I'm in as a Renault system here. This is the Renault Trafic or the Vauxhall Vivaro, and that's the single code that we've got back. What I can show you, just out of interest while we're talking about it, I'll go back, and if I choose this vehicle as a Vauxhall, or we go say to local diagnose and we go to an OBD scan, we should get a very similar code, but just different variation of it. Read fault code GM. So we've got a P0101 mass airflow circuit range performance, and then the other code, because this is a because we're in OBD, it just gives you a 4-digit code. Now if you want a full 6-digit code, we'd go into, let's go back, we go to the intelligent diagnose, but this time we're going to choose Opel or Vauxhall. So if we choose Opel, GM, whatever, Vauxhall, it's all the same, just different names for the brand in different countries. Vivaro B, we'll go to a health report again. We should now get a 6-digit code, hopefully. Okay, high speed scan. Now the problem with these Vauxhall ones on this high speed scan is it's not going to recognise the engine, because like I said before, it identifies as a Vauxhall but it's really a Renault, so the diagnostic system doesn't have a clue what engine it's got. So if we go into the engine, we're going to have to choose, I think it's this one, but we're just guessing. Let's have a look. But no, we've only still got a P0101 code, so not a 6-digit code there either. What we would get there is the P0101-92, which the other code was, I think. So I'm going to go back to the Renault system now. It's just a bit easier to work with for these vans, and a lot of the live data stuff is missing when you go to the Vauxhall system, so it's better to go as a Renault Trafic. Now if we read this code again, basically that would translate to a P0101 dash or hyphen 22. So let's have a look under the bonnet. Okay, so if we look around the engine bay here, surprisingly it doesn't look like anyone's changed even the airflow meter. let's just knock this to the side, tilt it back so we can see. Has that been changed? No, because it's covered in dust, even though it doesn't look original really to me. It looks slightly different than you normally see them. So that hasn't been changed either. I'm surprised. These are the usual two things people chuck on it. Let's try that, let's try that. But yeah, I can see here oil. That feels a bit loose. So we're gonna get that off. What I might do just to show you is put a smoke test on. Okay, so connected up to the battery, launch UK smoke 2 diagnostic tester. So we're gonna now connect that into the air inlet. I'm gonna put the bag in there and inflate it. Now, like I said, you don't necessarily have to have a smoke tester. Not for some faults, but for a lot you do, because there's some leaks you can't visibly see. But this one, I don't really need a smoke test for it. I can visibly see there's smoke or oil leak in there. Usually if you've got a boost leak, you'll have a wet oil patch around the area. That sort of points you to look at what's wrong down here. Actually, oh yeah, I'm looking over here. Actually now I can see it's got a brand new EGR valve and a new inlet manifold down there. So it's obviously got air inlet issues, and they've chucked a EGR valve on it and inlet manifold. Yeah, the customer did say here to me that they did something about an EGR valve trying to repair it. But yeah, I thought maybe that wasn't even done. But yeah, it looks like it's got a brand new part down there, new EGR valve, completely new inlet manifold. The question now is the case is, was it this all along, or did they fit these parts and then somehow damage the seal on this? So I seem to have got a bit of a leak on my bag here. I'm just trying to keep it pumped up. And there you go, just so I can visibly show you that we've definitely got a leak here. So I'll turn off the smoke tester now. This little tool here, I'll see if I can find a link where I got this from. It's a laser tool, laser parts, specifically designed for these little clips down here. So people will try prying them off with a screwdriver and you end up damaging them. You can see how easy that is once you get that off. So if we look in here now, you can see that the seal is missing, or the O-ring. Only problem is it's a very specific sort of O-ring, and we're not going to be able to get one without replacing this pipe, I don't think. So we now just clip that back together temporarily. You can see how much play it's got on it. They all do have a little bit of play, but you can see it feels loose, and you can see where it's been spraying this oil across there. We'll connect all this back up. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to change the glow plugs. I won't record that because I've showed you it before. I've already checked the upstream pressure sensor, that's not blocked. It's got quite low mileage on it, this one. It's only done 50,000 miles. Look at the corrosion on those. Jeez. Okay, so to move forward on the next part of that, we're going to have to wait to either get a seal or just a complete replacement pipe, really. So we'll have to get back to you on the end of that repair, but we'll just leave it as a diagnostic video. You know what you need to do, replace that pipe, and job done really. So see you on the next video.